We don't wake up in the morning and think, hey, I want to bank today. We don't aspire to grow up to balance a checkbook or take out loans. We bank for a purpose, for today and for tomorrow, for what we believe in and what we love. Behind every financial decision you make, there is purpose. At CEFCU, we get it. It's not about us. It's about you. We love banking so you can love life. Great rates, quick approvals. Apply online today. CEFCU, banking with a purpose.
I think a lot of the takeaway is, well, the program is advertised as preparing college and career ready students. And students really, when they get here, they don't know what that looks like or feels like or really means. To put them in a situation where they have to present an idea to an audience, maybe as someone they've never met before. It could be someone in education, someone in industry. The fact that they're put on their feet and they have to articulate what they've designed, what they've worked on, it gives it that real authentic flair that students otherwise would never get until they're out of college. And it really gives them sort of a starting ground for that experience.
So can you tell us about your project?
Yeah, sure. You see, the unemployment rate in North Creek is about 12%, and they have an aging demographic. So technically, well, speaking, the younger people are leaving because there's not like a lot of opportunities there, so the educated are leaving. Our plan is to keep the educated there, as well as bring in people from outside to really boost the economy. So what we're planning on doing is putting lights up to increase night skiing, because currently Gore Mountain doesn't have night skiing, which makes no sense because it's the best mountain in the world and there's no lights on it. You can't be the best mountain in the world and not have lights on it.
Okay.
So right now we're like number 2.
Thank you very much.
But with our plan, we're gonna be the best mountain because there's gonna be lights on it, on the mountain, and solar panels on the mountain.
So can you tell us, what did you choose for your project?
My group chose to do a solar garden, which is powered by the sun, obviously, and it pumps an electrical pump through irrigation drip tape for recreational garden use.
Cool. Why did you choose it?
One of our group members, actually his grandfather, had already done this on a small scale, and we thought that it would be a great way to use our budget with the project and actually produce a large-scale community garden within the Saratoga area.
Well, our project would be using solar energy to clean water in Zambia. There's a city known as Kabwe, which has lead pollution from its previous history as a lead mining city. What the solar panels would be doing, they would be powering a filter system which would connect to the wells that the people of Kabwe use to get their drinking water. Well, our group just got together and we chose a place, and then we looked for problems in that place that could be addressed, and we saw that this city in Zambia was one of the most polluted cities in the world. We decided that we wanted to do something about it.
Awesome. So is there anything else you can tell us about this project?
It would be helping a little bit over 10% of the population of the city. The city has about 300,000 people inside it. It would cost about $125,000, which would actually be under budget, and it would be helping 6 wells, each of which provide water for 6,000 people.
Well, in the course of the year, we teach the engineering design process. And so we think of it as a cycle, right? You brainstorm and you think about a solution. You prototype, you test, you model a solution. Then you go, the third phase is to seek out feedback from stakeholders and redesign and re-innovate. And then the fourth step is finally, ultimately display what the finished product is. So during the expo, we give them the opportunity to do that third phase where they're interacting with a real audience and getting actual feedback, documenting the feedback. So at the next expo or the next interaction, they can really do well in that fourth stage, which is finalize, present, and really hopefully implement some of their solutions. So really we're focusing on giving students that opportunity to get live, real feedback to re-engineer what they've been working on.
Alright, so I'm Anthony Clements, I'm from Mechanical, get our project. We chose Buffalo, New York, because...
I can come over to it.
We chose Buffalo because basically, when we looked it up, it was one of the most dangerous cities in New York. And we saw that there was a very high crime rate and everything, so we decided to develop street-safe poles right here, and there's one over here too. And they basically are the ones that you see on college campuses and such. If you're ever in trouble or anything, you run up to that, you can't grab your cell phone, don't have any access to police officer or anyone to help you, you can go press a button on one of those poles and it contacts local authorities for you. And in addition to that, we made converted bus stops that are actually a lock-in. So if you ever feel harmed or not safe at all, you can run into these, you push a button and it locks you in and calls the authorities, and the authorities will come directly to the location of the bus stop.
So, good explanation about this. How are you using solar in this project to help keep the street safe, as it says in your name?
Yeah, on top of the poles, there's this little mesh part right here that's actually a flexible solar strip that will collect it. And also, I forgot to mention that on top of the street safe poles, there's going to be a little light. So, in addition to being able to contact the authorities, it also gives lights to the streets that aren't well lit. So, it'll take the solar energy, light the streets, and power the pole.
So where is the solar strip when it's nighttime out? What's powering these? Is there a battery?
There's a battery bank on it that saves all the energy that it creates and grabs throughout the day.
And this is all within this one structure that I see here on your...
Yep.
Okay. Keeping the streets safe in Buffalo, New York. Very cool. Thank you.
Buffalo is actually going through a lot of reform movements because Cuomo wanted to invest so much money in making it a solar powerhouse, kind of like how the capital region's really big with nanotechnology. He wants to make solar big for Western New York State. So we wanted to make this kind of a symbol for all the changes he's implementing and all the changes that Solar City is doing. It's kind of just a constant reminder that solar is really powerful, but so is the presence of the government and safety and stuff like that.
All right. So here we got another local group. You see where their names from again. There's Josh Waldorf. Again, that's a nickname from our Hose buddies. They are like the two old men in the balcony from the Muppets, we call them. But I'll let them explain who they are and explain their project to you. Again, talk loud because you're gonna hear it.
Well, hi, I'm Austin.
Josh.
All right, guys, take it away. Tell me a little bit about the place you chose and why you chose it.
We chose Hudson Valley Community College. We chose it because they have a lot of green programs going on, and they are a part of a lot of different green initiatives, and they help out within their community a lot.
And are you currently a Hudson Valley Community College student?
Yes.
Yeah, so it might be beneficial to you a little bit too, right?
Very much so.
All right, so explain to me the project in terms of what you're going to use the green energy or solar for, Matt. Can you give me a little information on that?
Absolutely. We're planning on using a solar heat collector in order to warm water that we're going to use for radiant sidewalks. We did this because a lot of energy and fossil fuels and time goes into removing snow in the Northeast. So we wanted to create a system that would prevent snow from accumulating on the sidewalks. And then during the summer months when this hot water isn't needed, we would connect it to a nearby building and use it for hot water.
Cool. And Josh, can you kind of come over here? I'm going to scan back for the model here. And can you tell me, what area of Hudson Valley you guys are working with and, how this all works here?
Okay, so this is one of the buildings at Hudson Valley. Here, this is our system. It's like as if it was see-through, so this will be under the ground. Obviously, these are pipes bringing the hot water through. It'll heat up the sidewalk area, so any snow that would be on it would be instantly melted. Over here, these are our solar heat collectors. We chose 4 of them. What we're going to do is we're going to prop them up on top of this building here in this way to heat the water. We have over there, we're making right now storage tanks to hold the water in. Some used for the hot water to be pumped through and then back into other tanks where they need to be reheated again.
And I guess the last question for you guys is, what's the impact you hope to have? I know we talked about Hudson Valley and what it provides for them, but what about you guys as students at Hudson Valley and possibly being on this campus next year? What is the impact that you guys hope to have there in terms of the students and people like yourselves that would be using that area?
Well, this is, go ahead.
We're actually kind of hoping that it would be like a hands-on training scenario for students and staff, and the students could get like hands-on training and in-job experience.
Can you explain that more to me? Because I read that in one of your papers that you guys want, this is like the creation of it is how they would get the hands-on experience?
Yeah, the students would partake in creating, excavating, and putting this all together, because the campus offers classes that relate to everything that we are doing here in this project.
Are you guys in the clean energy pathway? Anybody here? So that might be a pathway that you guys can do that. I think that was one of the coolest parts of your project. Was I looked at the labor cost on the budget and it was zero, because you want to incorporate this into a class of actually having them do something and be beneficial, because as we all know here in the Northeast it gets icy sometimes, maybe not this year, but definitely a cool thing to do for a place that might impact you guys. Thank you.
What surprises me is you see the students day one and they're quiet, a little bit meek in some cases, but they completely come out of their shells. They gain such confidence as they go through this. They're out in front of their booths. They're talking to the people that are coming around from various industries and schools. You wouldn't have seen that day one. They would have been behind in their shell, behind their booths, and pointing to their displays rather than really articulating and explaining what they've worked on.
We get to an end product where what Hewlett Foundation refers to as deeper learning, where we're not just talking about content, we're talking about applying content, we're talking about problem solving, we're talking about doing it from a transdisciplinary perspective. So we see encompassed in all of the students that are here this real inquisitive base look at how things can happen in their world and how they can drive solutions from what they're learning in classes. We're rooted in the notion of deeper learning, where content is as important. You can't do anything without content, but the reality is the application of content and the notions of critical thinking, communication, critical thinking, creativity, innovation, being able to work in groups, being able to collaborate, being able to problem solve, being able to apply what you're learning is really what deeper learning is all about.
We don't wake up in the morning and think, hey, I want to bank today. We don't aspire to grow up to balance a checkbook or take out loans. We bank for a purpose, for today and for tomorrow, for what we believe in and what we love. Behind every financial decision you make, there is purpose. At CEFCU, we get it. It's not about us. It's about you. We love banking so you can love life. Great rates, quick approvals. Apply online today. CEFCU, banking with a purpose.
So you ever actually gonna test out this car?
Once it actually fits, yeah, Mike, thanks.
Just making sure. That's pretty much straight.
Hey, it's moving. Look at all that torque. It matters. It moves, okay?
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I got it. Let's Have you ever played GTA?
Like, seriously, man.
So, what are you building here?
An eco battery vehicle.
Yeah.
We just tried a 2 battery setup, so now we're going for a 1 battery setup.
I would do 2 batteries. 2 batteries, more power.
Yeah, but it's also more weight.
But if it's too light, then it's just gonna curve to the left or right. So Bickle, what are you doing right now?
Right now I'm working on one of the canvas assignments that we have to have done today. This one it's talking about our team vehicle and what ideas we think are good and what ideas we thought were bad.
So have you made a vehicle yet yourself?
Right now, Christian's making his, but I made mine. It's a good idea though.
You could put it on just one of the sides because you could just have it straight. Not the most efficient, but like there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hit the camera. Okay, he's going to record.
Hi, I'm Grace Hoblock and I go to Schuyler Middle School.
Now I got a question for you. Do you need to drive both gears or both? Are you doing this? Do you need to drive on both sides or one work?
Oh yeah.
You do. Okay. Or does it just add weight? Why does a car have four-wheel drive sometimes? Why is that? So it can traction, stability, as far as handling rough terrain, right? Is there going to be a rough terrain to deal with?
Hey, what's your name?
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. My name is Daniel Miller.
What school are you from?
Boston Spa.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your project?
Well, this is a super awesome one, and well, I followed the instructions. So,
alright, can you run it for us?
I guess. Ready, set.
Okay, go ahead.
It was hard. Yeah. The rubber bands, at first, we realized that we couldn't use too many of them because then it weighed the wheels down and then we couldn't even use them. They wouldn't even work. And the cardboard worked well until it got soaked with salt water and then it became very, very heavy and then it sagged and slowed down the vehicle. And then we had to use the rubber bands a different way because not only did they work for the wheels, but they worked a lot better than tape just to keep things up. So that really helped us a lot.
Fantastic. Okay, and anything you do differently, given this challenge again?
No cardboard.
No cardboard. Too soggy. Okay, thanks guys.
What did you guys learn, and what would you do differently next time?
We learned that we need a 40% salt solution, and that works best with the magnesium plates to power our vehicles. We tried 50% and it didn't work, so we figured 40% was the best salt solution to use. That's probably what we would do differently, and just really sand down magnesium as well and make sure everything had a good connection.
All right.
Hello, Kirsten. What did you learn today?
One of the things that I learned today that I thought was important about how the effects of the added-on components that you add into a car affects things like the speed. Like if you think friction or even just the weight of something would affect the speed a lot, but it really does.
Yeah, what she said.
What did you guys wear?
Hi. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so what was the innovation?
Our innovation was we took cardboard and we made circles of it, and they were big wheels, and then we took 3 of them and taped it together. And we used those for the rear wheels instead of using the original wheels.
What she said.
We initially had not a lot of plans coming into the day, so that's one thing that I personally would change about the day is to have a more solid plan to go off of the day because it was really difficult at the beginning.
What she said. What would you change?
Yeah, definitely, like I said, the plan. I just would have rather planned it out more so we knew more what we were doing.
Hello, Corey. What was your innovation?
So our innovations is we tried different types of salts, we tried rubber bands, and we also took pencil lead as a lubricant so that our gears would be faster.
What would you change?
I would change the percents that we did. We tried 15 and we tried 20. 15 was our best. 20 did not work so well. And I'd also try to make things more secure as things kept falling apart whenever we went over to test our vehicle.
And overall, how did your day go?
Overall, the day was great. I mean, we tried everything we wanted to try and it worked out really well.
That's not working.
Put too much weight on it. Just weight down.
Oh, that was a practice.
Sierra, what are you doing?
I'm putting rubber bands on the wheel as many as I can possibly fit so it increases traction. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, wheel's not spinning. Oh, friction. You're getting too much friction.
We don't wake up in the morning and think, hey, I want to bank today. We don't aspire to grow up to balance a checkbook or take out loans. We bank for a purpose, for today and for tomorrow, for what we believe in and what we love. Behind every financial decision you make, there is purpose. At CEFCU, we get it. It's not about us. It's about you. We love banking so you can love life. Great rates, quick approvals. Apply online today. CEFCU, banking with a purpose.
TechSmart program has taken a little while to get off the ground, but it's been great. I mean, this is my 4th year in the TechSmart program, and it's been one of the best decisions I've made. It's definitely a challenge for me and the students, but it's one of those things that I think they're going to look back and say this is one of the best things they've ever done. I love teaching. I love teaching back at the high school, but the work that they do here at TechSmart is really hands-on work and project-based work that relates to, I guess, the skills that they're going to need to be successful as people when they get out of high school.
The TechSmart program's cool. I like it. It's a lot of work, so like I have homework almost every night. I do a lot of work. I mean, I feel like I'm ready for college more than most of my peers are. I can work in group projects, but it's not just the college stuff. I feel like this is more towards the workforce, because in college you're going to sit down, you're going to be in class. I don't know how many huge projects you're going to have, but once you get a job in like a tech field, you're going to be working with other people on huge projects, not just studying for tests and stuff.
Oh, I love it. It's a challenge at first, but you get used to it. You have very high expectations here, and everything is it's more like a job than it is school. And you go back to homeschool and it's like everybody's rowdy and childish. I feel like it's made me a more grown-up individual, prepared me mentally for college and after that.
I'm really, really close with some of the students here. Like, they become really close friends, and it's different because we work together, so it's kind of like I don't know, like we're like employees together. We deal with the same things. We have to deal with the same teachers. We complain about our bosses, and we have to get stuff done by deadline. So there can be like a lot of conflict between us, but that makes us closer, I think, for the most part. The TechSmart program has made me a more responsible person and shaped who I am and who I'm going to be for college and everything else.
Hands-on experience is important for any career you're going into, especially for if you're trying to become an electrician, a construction worker. They'd like to see that, oh, he is capable of doing this work, he has past experience. The college credits will transfer to a lot of different colleges, and just overall preparativeness. Like Tatum said, we have to write essays all the time. And before I came into this program, I couldn't write you a one-page essay. Now I'm writing 5, 6, 7, 10-page essays every other week. And it seems like a lot, but really it's not. You get into what you're working with, it becomes a part of you, and you strongly believe in what you're doing.
We don't wake up in the morning and think, hey, I want to bank today. We don't aspire to grow up to balance a checkbook or take out loans. We bank for a purpose, for today and for tomorrow, for what we believe in and what we love. Behind every financial decision you make, there is purpose. At CEFCU, we get it. It's not about us. It's about you. We love banking so you can love life. Great rates, quick approvals. Apply online today. CEFCU, banking with a purpose.
This project is about finding the most efficiency with a wind turbine, and the more efficient it is, the higher the wind power is, and the higher efficiency that it will work better. And we added skateboard ball bearings to make it spin faster, and it has a higher efficiency with them.
All right, power. John Hall.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the screw.
So if we measure the radius, what's our radius? You guys know it already?
Yeah, I think it was like 7.
When you put it closer to the fan, it's got to be all the way on this side of the tape.
Oh, okay.
Put it closer to the fan.
Whose test is that? Mr. Tyler?
Won't turn now. All right, that's it. That's all you got. Okay. Race and continue.
We just made this.
I would have tried a different blade design. That blade design's been sitting there for how long?
We kept trying to fix the gears. We're more worried about the gearbox.
I've learned things that I at first didn't want to learn about. I thought, where am I ever going to use this? But the things that I've learned, like power management, how to reduce your power consumption, save on your bills, most people don't know the first thing about how to save on their electricity bill. Last year we did an entire project on it, and it's amazing how much power you waste on a daily basis. I feel like I'm prepared to join society as an adult individual. I believe a lot of it has to do with the teachers, because they try to ingrain in you time management. We get a lot of different assignments, and they're like, this is on your time, you have to manage your time wisely. And that has actually really helped me now. I feel that I wouldn't have been able to go to college had I have not learned these time management skills. I feel like I'm more prepared for the workforce and for college afterwards. I believe it's given me a leg up on my peers that haven't gone to this program. They are in for a rude awakening when they start their first college classes.
We don't wake up in the morning and think, hey, I want to bank today. We don't aspire to grow up to balance a checkbook or take out loans. We bank for a purpose, for today and for tomorrow, for what we believe in and what we love. Behind every financial decision you make, there is purpose. At CEFCU, we get it. It's not about us. It's about you. We love banking so you can love life. Great rates, quick approvals. Apply online today. CEFCU, banking with a purpose.